Everyone has rusty garden tools or other tools that have rust built up, right? I'll give you a quick solution to help you clean your rusty tools and make them as good as new. You can use this technique for garden tools, outdoor furniture, or anything else you have that has rust buildup. You'll need a few things to get started. First off, a container to hold your liquid with your tools immersed. I use a paint roller pan with a plastic insert. They're cheap and can accommodate my garden snips I want to de-rust. I'll need some vinegar, some gloves, steel wool, and a brass cleaning brush. A quick word about vinegar. I used cleaning vinegar in this video because it's much stronger than the one you use in the kitchen. Be careful, it's highly acidic. In fact, it's acetic acid and can burn your hands and eyes. So use gloves and proper protective eyewear to do the job. To get started, fill your container with a mix of vinegar and water. I use a 50-50 mix for quick results, but you can go a bit lower if you want to conserve. I hate to wait, but it's up to you. It will just take longer with the lower concentrations. Immerse your rusted garden tools into the solution and make sure your rusted areas are covered. Depending on the degree of rust in the solution you use, it can take a few hours for the vinegar to remove the iron oxide as the reaction occurs. If you look closely, you'll see bubbles start to form on the tool and the magic begins. You can see my garden shears are covered with bubbles from the reaction. You can agitate the tool or the water by shaking it a bit, and you'll see even more bubbles start to form on the rust as the acetic acid does its job. After about 4 hours, I checked on my project and shook the shears, and the rust layer started flaking off. I gave the soak an overnight respite to let the solution continue to work its chemistry. After it's soaked for a while and you can see that the rust is starting to fall off, you can pick up your tool, take some steel wool. I like to use 4-0 steel wool, and just scrub the rust. And you can see it just falls right off. As I'm moving the steel wool back and forth on the blades, you can see that I'm starting to see clear, shiny metal, and I can do that on both sides of the tool. Go ahead and scrub it, and you can see it just essentially just wipes right off the tool. It's pretty amazing. It'll take you a little while to get all the rust off. You can go around the different bits and pieces, and if I had to do this again, I would disassemble the tool and soak the blades separately so I can get in there. You can take a wire brush as well. I use this brush from our website. You can go ahead and use it to scrape off some of the nooks and crannies in the hard to get areas. You can see it becomes shinier and shinier as I go through it. And when this process is all done and I get the rust off, I'll put a nice coat of mineral oil on the blades to protect them and make sure that this doesn't happen again. And I'll take the second tool and do the same thing. Go ahead and clean off the blades. And you can see the results are pretty remarkable. Just with an overnight soak, essentially the rust just falls clear and the blades are nice and clean. And I can go ahead and use these neat vintage tools that I found at an antique show and just clean them up. I love using these old tools because they just don't make them like this anymore. They're all metal, and with a little love, a little vinegar, and some oil, they tune up and obviously sharpening the blades as well. They come out and they can be used as a decoration. You can actually use them in your garden, which is really cool. That's the end of this video. You can see the results. Please subscribe and like, and we'll see you soon in another video.